Hey guys, so today I have another storytime video for you, and if you tuned into my channel yesterday, you may have seen that I uploaded part 1 of my How I Met Christy ALTOMARE storytime. But if you didn't, I will have it linked down in the description box below, and I highly recommend to watch part 1 first before you watch part 2, because part 2 will make so much more sense if you watch part 1 first. But anyway, for those of you who haven't seen it, I'll just recap really quickly. So essentially what happened is that I saw Anastasia the Musical on Broadway 2 weeks ago, and I've been wanting to see it for 2 years. And I met Christy ALTOMARE after the show, and it was really amazing. But she told me that I was supposed to go backstage, and I couldn't because I did something really stupid, and so there wasn't enough time, so I couldn't go backstage, and I was kind of bummed about it because I had really been wanting to go backstage. So anyway, me and my dad basically got in an Uber to go back to our hotel because it was really late at night. It was like 11:30. So I will just get into the rest of the story now. So we're in the Uber and we go back to our hotel because, like I said, it was really late. It was like 11:40 something, like by the time we got home. So we get home and then I just go to sleep. And in the morning, my friend Jenny texts me and she's like, "Oh my god, how did it go?" Because she was the one who had set this whole surprise up for me to go backstage, and I didn't even know. And so I was like, "Oh my god, Jenny," and I was like, "I feel so bad, but I'm a bad friend and I messed up your surprise and I didn't get to go backstage." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" So I told her the whole story of what happened, and she's like, "Okay, like, it's fine, like, I'm not mad at you." And she's like, "But I would just try to go to the stage door today and catch Christy before one of her shows and like have a talk with her, and I'm pretty sure like it'll work out and she'll probably take you backstage because she's really sweet like that, and she'll probably do it." And I was like, well, I don't know, because I kind of felt weird because me and Christy don't know each other like that. So I was like, I don't want her to think I'm rude. And Jenny's just like, "No, like, just talk to her. I'm pretty sure it'll work out." And so I was like, okay, fine. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try, because if I don't at least try, I'm going to hate myself forever and feel super bad about this. And like, I'm gonna just not like myself because I feel like it was my fault that I couldn't go backstage. So I'm like, I'm just gonna try it. So I decided to talk to my dad, and I was really nervous because the night before he got super scarred by stage dooring Anastasia, and he was like, "I'm never stage dooring again." And I was like, "No, like, I have 5 other shows that I need to stage door." And he's like, "Well, I'm never doing it again." But so anyway, so I talked to him and I was like, "Dad, please, like, you don't understand how much this would mean to me. Like, if you just take me back." And I'm like, I don't even know if she'll like allow it because she might not, but I at least need to try to talk to her. And he was like, at first he didn't want to, but then by the grace of God, like, somehow he was like, "Fine, I'll take you back, but like, don't get upset at me if it doesn't work out." And I was like, "No, like, of course not, I won't, like, I just need to try at least." So he's like, "Okay." So we get to the stage door and it's around 5 o'clock. And I thought I was getting there early, you guys. No, I was not. Like, I was the last one again, and it was super, super crowded this time. It was so crowded that the line was in the street, you guys. And I was like, I'm not waiting in that mess because I didn't want a stage door. I just needed to talk to Christy. So I'm like, I'm just gonna wait here and stand until everybody leaves the stage door, and then I'm going to talk to her at the end. So me and my dad decided to wait by the private stage door because there's 2 stage doors. There's one where people come out of when they want to take pictures and sign autographs and do all that, and there's one that they come out of when they do not want to do that and they just don't want to be bothered. So that's where me and my dad were standing, and we were just kind of on our phones because it was kind of boring. And then I happened to glance up and I saw 2 people from the show that I really wanted to meet, and I was like, oh my god, and I was like kind of freaking out. So I seen them. One was this girl named Amy, and she was the child guardian in the show, so she took care of the 2 little girls who were in the show. And then the other girl was this girl Maria, and she was an ensemble member, so she was just kind of like in the background. So but I really wanted to meet both of them. So like, I asked the child guardian Amy, I asked her if she could take a picture with me first because she was like the closest to me. So she's like, "Oh yeah, sure." So like, we take the picture, and we were just all kind of talking, like me and her and my dad. And then but then she left because someone from the autograph line was like, "Amy!" So she went to the autograph line to like go take pics and whatever. And then I was waiting for the other girl, Maria, that I had seen because she was talking to people too, and like, I kind of heard her. She was kind of making plans with people. And so anyway, then she leaves, and I was like, "Maria," but she didn't hear me, and so she was walking away, and my dad heard me like call her, so he was like, "Marie," super loud, and so she heard, so she turned around, and I was like, "Maria, can you please take a picture with me?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, sure." And she was so cute, you guys. So she was so cute, you guys. She was really adorable. So we took the picture, and we talked for like a few seconds, and then she left to go get lunch. And then meanwhile, I noticed Delilah coming out in the autograph line, and she is a little girl in the show. Like, I talked about her in part 1 a little bit. And so she came out, and she was like signing autographs and pics, and she like takes 10 minutes probably in the line, and then comes out because she was really quick. So she comes by the private stage door because her mom and her sister were waiting there for her. And so I saw her, and I was like, oh my god, like, I really want to take a picture with her. And my dad's like, oh, like, you should just ask her. And I was like, but I feel weird because I thought her mom might not like it because I wasn't waiting in the autograph line with the other people. So I was like, I feel like her mom might, like, not appreciate that or something. And my dad's like, just ask her. And I was like, no, like, I'm nervous. So my dad ended up just saying Delilah, and she heard him, and she looked up, and he's like, can you take a picture with him? And she's like, oh yeah, sure, of course. Like, we took a picture. She was so cute too, you guys. I was like, oh my god, Delilah's so adorable. So me and Delilah took the picture, and then Delilah and her mom and her sister leave to like go get lunch because it was like in between shows. And then pretty much, oh, and then after that I saw 2 other ensemble members. Well, one was Christy's understudy, her name's Molly, and then one was an ensemble member, her name's Kelly, and they walked out, but they had like sunglasses on and like earbuds on and whatever, so I didn't want to bug them because I'm like, they probably wouldn't stop anyway. So they left, and then like after they came out, then this other woman came out, and she had like short brown hair, and she was like the same height as Kirsty pretty much, and I knew exactly who she was when she came out. I was like, oh my god. And my dad's like, what? And I'm like, that's Kirsty's freaking mom. And he's like, how do you know this? And I was like just no, like, just don't, like, I just know, okay? And he was like, okay, and like, whatever. And I was like, oh my god. So I was like freaking out. I was like, oh. So Kirsty's mom was right in front of me, you guys, and she was with this other woman who had short hair, like really short hair, and glasses. And I didn't know who she was, but they kept going in and out of the stage door, so I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, so they were going in and out, and then they ended up standing right next to us, you guys. But like, Christy's mom was on her phone, and the other lady was like on her phone too. And there was another woman who was standing like right in front of me and my dad, and she had like a playbill and a marker, and it was really confusing because she seemed like she wanted to get stuff signed, but like she wasn't waiting in the autograph line. Like, it was really weird. But she was standing in front of us, and she starts talking to Kirsty's mom, and so they're just talking, and then I hear Kirsty's mom say, well, that's my daughter, and she like points to Kirsty in the autograph line, and the lady was like, what? And she's like, yeah, that's my daughter. And the lady's like, oh my god. And then the other woman who had short hair and glasses, who I didn't know who it was, then all of a sudden she pipes up, and she's like, well, I'm her fiance's mom. And you guys, when she said that, I was like, oh my freaking god, no. Like, I was like, oh my god. Like, I freaked out, you guys, because it was Pete's mom. Christy's fiance's name is Pete, and he's really cute, you guys. He's super adorable, but he's really shy, and I think he doesn't like social media, because, like, he never, like, he doesn't have his own social media, and he, like, never posts anything. So, and, like, we only know who he is in the fandom because he's been on, like, 3 of Christy's lives. So I was like, oh my god, when I heard it was Pete's mom, I was like, no, like, this is not real life. This is not happening. So they're in front of me, and the woman who was standing in front of me was like, we're taking a picture. Oh my god. And she, like, freaks out. So she, like, tells Kirsty's mom and Pete's mom to take a picture with her. So they take a pic, and then she's like, please sign this for me. So, like, she has Kirsty's mom sign her playbill, and Kirsty's mom was, like, laughing because she thought it was, like, so weird that people knew who she was. So then after that, Pete's mom leaves, but I was like so happy because I talked to her for a second, so I'm like super happy about this. So she was talking to Kirsty's mom, and I kind of butted in, so we talked for like 1 second, and then she left, but she didn't really know who I was, but still, like, I got to talk to her for a second, so I feel super honored because I'm pretty sure I'm like one of the only fans who's talked to Pete's mom, possibly, I don't know. But so she left, and then Christy's mom was still there because she was talking to that other lady who was in front of, like, me and my dad. So they're still talking, and then they finished their conversation. So Christy's mom starts leaving the same way that Pete's mom went, and but I was like, wait, excuse me, and she's like, yeah, and I was like, can you please take a photo with me? And she's like, oh geez, and she's like, yes, of course. So she's like, I should have put on my makeup. She's like, I didn't even put on any makeup today. And I was like, oh, like, it's okay, like, I don't care. So we took the picture, and like, that's the most magical picture that I probably own, because again, I don't think a lot of fans have taken like photos with Christy's family before. So I was like, oh my god, I was like freaking out. And like, I met Mama Christy. I was like so happy. So Christy's mom leaves to go get lunch, and then at this time the line had thinned down, so I'd go jump in line. And then while I was waiting in line, Christy's mom had came back, and she was like talking to the security guard. She was like, oh, like, I got Christy a sandwich, I got me food and me a coffee and stuff. And she's like telling him what she got, and he's like, oh, like, and he was teasing her and stuff. So anyway, so I'm waiting in line, and then pretty soon it's my turn. So I go to talk to Christy, and I was kind of like talking like in a hush-hush voice like that, because there was still people behind me, and I didn't want them to like think like, oh, you could just walk up and ask Christy to take you backstage, because like that would be rude. So I was like, Christy, and I was like, do you think like it would be possible if me and my dad come back later, like, do you think that we could go backstage? And she's like, oh, like, you don't need to wait, like, or I mean, she's like, you don't need to come back, like, just wait until I'm done like talking to these people, and then I'll take you back right now. And I was like, oh my god. And I was like, okay. And I was like, thank you. So she's like, yeah, like, it's no problem. So she like asked the security guard, she's like, can we take her back, because like he recognized me from the night before, and she was like, can we take her back, because I was supposed to do it last night. And he's like, oh yeah, sure, like, it's cool. So so she's like, okay. So then she talks to the other people in line. So I got out of line to go tell my dad that we don't need to come back later, because she said she could do it right now. So I get out of line and go tell my dad. And you guys, when I walk up, I almost had a freaking heart attack. I walk up, and he's talking to Christy's mom. They're like having this full-blown conversation, and I was like, oh my god. So they're talking, and Christy's mom's like telling my dad about how Christy was in the Spring Awakening tour, and she was like telling him how Christy's not afraid of flying. Like, it was really funny. And so I walk up, and like I told my dad that we can go back in a few minutes, but we just have to wait for her. So he's like, okay, cool. So Christy's mom's like, oh, that's really nice that she's doing that for you guys, because like my dad was telling her about our story. So anyway, then pretty much after that, the other two people were done, because they took really fast, because there was only two of them. So they left, and then Christy's like, okay, like, we can, like, I can take you guys back now. So she comes out of the barriers, and she's like, where's my mama? And she said, it's so cute. And her mom's like, oh, I'm right here. So she leads all of us back in the room. So we go, and we stop like right before we get in her dressing room. She's like, oh, there's the stage. And she's like, I would have taken you on, because I always take people on there, but like I can't today because they were mopping it, because it was like a 2-show day, and I guess they mop it when there's a 2-show day. So she's like, I'm so sorry, like, I can't take you on. And I was like, oh, it's okay. But like deep down I was like so heartbroken, you guys, because like that's like my ultimate dream, is to be a Broadway actress. But like I'm very not talented in the Broadway area, so I could like never do it. But like I wanted to take a pic on stage, because that would be like probably my only time taking a picture on a Broadway stage. So I was like, oh my god. So when she said we couldn't do it, I was like, oh, because I really wanted to, but I was like, it's okay, like, I understand. So then she's like, but I can take you to my dressing room. And I was like, yes. So we go in her dressing room. She like opens the door for us, and it was so cute in there, you guys. It was like exactly the same size as I was thinking it was. It was the same size as my bedroom, which is what I was thinking, because my room is really small. So she opens the thing, and we go in there, and I'm pretty sure the first thing we did was take pictures, because she was like, come here, friend. So I'm like, okay. So I go over by her, and like, let me get this really quick, you guys, because it's so funny, and I'm gonna show you. So I go there, and we're like standing, like we have our arms around each other like this, kind of. So we're posing like this, like we're holding hands, but like we have our arms around each other. So we're just doing that, and we were doing it for like a while, for like 10 minutes. And I was thinking, like, why is Christy hugging me this whole time? But like I wasn't like creeped out by it or anything. Like I actually really loved it, but I was wondering like why, because I was thinking she probably might think it's weird or something. So I was like, why is she hugging me? So we're doing this, then all of a sudden Christy's like, I'm just posing. And I was like, what? And like it took a few seconds, and I was like, oh. And I realized she was like, yeah, I'm just posing. And I was like, oh my god. So I felt really freaking stupid, you guys, because I'm just standing there like an idiot, like like hugging her, and she was like doing all these posing things, and I didn't even know. So all the pictures I have of us is just me like hugging her for dear life, and then she's like doing all these posing things, and I was like, Christy was probably low-key annoyed at me. She was probably like, girl, get off me, because like I was just hugging her. So I felt so bad because I wasn't trying to be annoying, and I feel like I was cringy like that whole time when I went back. So anyway, so we do that, and then she was like, oh, we need to take a picture with this too. So she like pulls this crown off this shelf that was above her mirror. And you guys, so I thought it was a merch crown because merch sells these fake like tiaras that's part of the show, and Christy actually has one because like either she bought it or like a fan bought it for her, but she has one, and I thought that's what she was getting at first. But you guys, it was part of her costume. Like I actually got to wear part of a Broadway costume, so I'm like, oh, like I can't believe that. So she gets this crown. It's really gorgeous. I'll show you the pic. So she puts it on my head, and we take pictures, and I was glad that I looked really cute in those pictures, at least, because the other ones where we were like hugging and taking pics, I looked really gross, you guys. Like I looked like a hot mess. It was bad, and I like Christy looks like perfect and gorgeous and flawless standing next to me, and I look like a freaking like hippo. I don't even know. It was really bad. So but I looked really cute in the crown pictures. I was like, at least I look cute in those. So we do that, and then pretty much after that, me and my dad and her mom and her were just all talking. And then like it was really funny. Her mom was like digging in the candy, and she's like, oh, this looks interesting, and she would like pop it in her mouth, and she like gave me and my dad a candy, and we ate it. It was really good. It was like this mint chocolate candy thing. So we ate that candy, and then we were probably there for like 10 minutes maybe, I don't know. And my dad's like, oh, like I think that we should get going, because I think like that you guys, I felt so bad because I think Christy's mom wanted to have like alone time with her, but like I couldn't think of anything at all. Like my brain just stopped working when I was in there, because like I just couldn't process anything. So like I didn't pick up on this like normally I would, but I think her mom wanted to have alone time with her, and I felt bad because we were like cutting into her mom time, and I didn't mean to. But so my dad's like, I think we should be going. But Christy was like, oh, don't you want to take a picture? And he was like, oh yeah, like I didn't really think about it. So Christy's mom took photos of me and Christy and my dad. They were so cute. Like I'll put all these pictures, like I said. So we do that, and then my dad's like, oh, I think we should be leaving. So I was like, okay. And oh, and I had Christy write this little note for me, you guys. I have it. It's well, I don't know. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so she wrote this note for me, this little note, which I will talk about like probably in a different video, but it's really sweet. And so I actually have this paper from her journal, you guys, and it's super cute because it has this little owl thing. I'm hiding what she wrote for me, but it has this owl on it. Like she took it from her notebook, so I will always treasure that paper because that's like the only thing I have that she gave me. So I have that. And then you guys, so we were standing by her dresses because Christy's like, oh, do you want to take a picture with the dresses? And then her dresser walked in, so we got to meet her dresser for like a second. It was really cool, and her dresser was super nice. Like she seemed like she was like afraid because she walked in and she didn't know Christy had company, and she's like, oh my god. And so she left, and Christy's like, no, like it's okay. But her dresser like was like, oh my god. So she left, but her dresser was so adorable, you guys. So she leaves, and then and I saw her dresses up close, you guys. They were stunning. They were so beautiful. Like I almost reached out and touched her blue dress, but then I was like, wait, I don't want to get in trouble, because like what if I get in trouble for touching the costume or something? So I didn't touch it, but I like almost was going to. It was really beautiful. Like they were so close to me, up to my face. And then, oh, and I saw Big Red too, her other dress, her finale dress that goes with that crown that I was talking about earlier. So we do that. And then we were like on our way out basically, and my dad comments on this painting that she had, this watercolor painting that she had on her door. And so like we both looked up at it, and Christy's like telling him like about how she got it, like some fan made it for her. But there was another one right underneath it, you guys. It was this comic, and I saw it and I was like, oh my freaking god. It was this drawing that I made her, like this comic of Pete proposing to her, and I was like, oh my god. She had it on her door, and my comic and that watercolor painting was the only ones that she had on her door, you guys, like the only two. And then she just had like a bunch of stickers, but I was like, oh my god, I couldn't believe it. And I was like, Christy, I made you that. And she's like, what? And she's like, no, you did not. And I was like, yeah, like I made you that. And she's like, oh my god, oh my god. And she like starts freaking out. She's like, Mom, oh my god, this is the girl who made this for me. And she was like dying laughing, and she's like, oh my god, she's like, this is my favorite thing ever, blah 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 blah. She's like yelling. She was so excited. And then her mom's like, oh my god. And then so she was like telling the whole story about it, like how I made it, and I was like, oh my god, and I was like freaking out. I was like, I couldn't believe it, and I was like, I feel so honored, and she's like, yes, and she's like, we're taking a picture of this, and so her and my dad held it down for me, and I took like a bunch of pictures of it, and then you guys, oh, and another thing I forgot, so she tells her mom about, she's like, Mom, do you know who this girl is? And her mom's like, I don't know, like, she looks kind of familiar, and she's like, no, like, I showed you this video, Mom, she was in this video, like, I swear I showed it to you, and her mom's like, I don't know, honey, like, I don't know any video, and she's like, Mom, this is the girl that made me the unboxing video from the, like, I signed her this photo, and she made an unboxing video of it, and when she said that, I was, like, so embarrassed, you guys, because, so what happened was, is that my friend Ginny got me this photo signed at the Broadway Princess Party. I talked about it in part 1 a little bit. And I made an unboxing video, like, specifically for Ginny because I wanted her to see my reaction opening it, because I had never thought that I would ever get a chance to meet Christy. So I wanted Ginny to see, like, how grateful I was for it and, like, how much I appreciated her for doing that. And so I made her, like, a reaction unboxing video. But Christy saw it, you guys, and it was really bad because I looked super, like, gross in that video, you guys. So I was like a hot mess, like I had gross clothes on, my hair was greasy because I hadn't showered that day, I had like pimples on my face because like there was stuff going on, you know, and I was just a hot mess. I looked really bad, and like that video was super annoying. Like I should have redone it, but I didn't for some reason, like I don't know why, but it was really cringy, you guys. It was super cringe. Like I'll link it in the description so you can see what I'm talking about. But I was like, oh my god, like I couldn't believe she saw that, and I was like, Christy, that video was so bad, and she's like, no, like, I loved it, like, you don't understand, like, I appreciate it so much, and she was being so sweet and kind, so, like, I really appreciated that, because she was like, no, like, I really, like, she's like, you don't understand, like, I love that video, it's so good, and so she's, like, telling her mom that she's gonna show her it, and I was like, oh my god, I was just, like, freaking out about everything, because, like, all this stuff happened to me. So then after that is when me and my dad finally were like, we're gonna go. So we left because it was like 6:30 and she had like an hour till her show started, so we had to go. And then her mom's like, please take candy, so I took some candy, and I actually had this box of gummy bears, you guys, and I was gonna save it forever, but then it got bent in my suitcase, so I had to throw it away, and I'm really depressed about it. But like, I still have this one candy that she gave me. This is one of the candies that she gave me, and I'm never throwing it away because like she gave it to me, and but I ate it all, but I'm keeping the container because she gave it to me. But anyway, that's pretty much it of how I met Christy and how I got to go backstage. And Christy, if you ever see this video, I just wanted to say thank you, because that was a really magical experience for me. And like, I wanted to tell you some stuff when I met you, but like my brain stopped working, like I said like 100 times in this video. So I couldn't tell you this, but I'm autistic and I'm really weird because of it, and I don't have like a lot of friends because of it. But like when I found you, like I could relate to you 100% because we're like pretty much basically the same person. It's like so crazy, and I've never had that in my life before. Like I've never had a person that I could relate to that would get me, and that like, and I get you too. And like it sucks because I wish that we could be friends, because I feel like if we met like under regular circumstances that we could have been friends, because you don't understand like how similar we are. It's crazy. So like it just sucks a lot, because I wish that that we lived closer and like that we could be friends. But anyway, thank you for doing that for me so much, because you don't understand how much I appreciated it. Like it meant the whole world to me. Like you're my favorite person ever in the world, and so like getting to do that was like the best day of my life. It honestly was, and like the most magical experience of my life. So thank you so much. And anyway, that's pretty much it for this video, you guys. Sorry that it was so long, but I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for sticking around and watching if you stuck around through the whole thing. So that's pretty much it, and peace, bye, and bye Christy, I love you so much.